You have stuff to say about Shadow's house?
I do have stuff to say about Shadow's house, just because this is definitely a anime original ending where nothing actually of consequence happens, and the status quo has not changed.
Yeah, it is. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, this is the last episode. That's not the awards episode for the spring, right? Yeah, the
Yes.
spring 2021 season.
And we only have 3 shows to talk about today.
Only 3.
Only 3.
And next week it'll only be 1 plus the awards, but we might just forego talking about it just to get into the meat.
Honestly, I think that might just be the easier option.
Yeah,
just double up on it the next time.
It's not like Iruma-kun usually has too much going on.
No. But you watch. This is going to be the one time that like some major shit is going to drop and we're going to be like, well, we already said we wouldn't talk about it.
It's going to shake the entire anime community. It's going to be trending on Twitter.
It's going to trend on Twitter for like months with how earth-shattering it is.
But yeah, so thank you for joining us for this probably very quick episode. If you're on like a half-hour lunch break, you'll probably finish this before that.
Yeah, this is a good lunch break episode. Maybe that's what I'll title it. This is the lunch break episode.
The bento episode.
Obento.
Yeah, Shadow's house. It definitely felt like an anime original ending. Nothing of consequence happens and everything is back to where it started.
Yep. We are, I would say, pretty handily not getting any more of it. Which, it's okay.
I don't think there's even enough. Like, I think it's pretty close to where the manga is right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Do you know offhand how many issues the manga has right now?
You mean chapters?
What? Yes.
I do not know. I think I actually will check it out because I do like it.
It's cool. It's a very visually interesting series.
The only thing it probably gave into us that like probably we weren't supposed to know in a filler thing was that that little thing is definitely that little shadow fairy thing is definitely Shirley. And then we see Rum is locked up somewhere.
Yep.
I assume that would have been the arc that would follow, is that them saving Rum.
I would think so.
That it makes narratively probably the most sense.
Yeah, because they've already set up for it, so it's just the easiest direction to move into.
But that probably it probably took too long for them to do it in the amount of episodes they had.
Yeah, I think the way they did it is kind of the best way they were gonna do it. Because, like, there's no way that this is getting approved for 2-core. No. And it's definitely not getting another season. So, like...
It's a advertisement.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but you know what? I'm still glad we watched it, because I liked it.
As far as anime original stuff that goes, I did enjoy, like, John showing up to save them, because of course that's in character for him to do, and his super punch.
John always saves the day with his big badass super punch.
And I guess Edward can fly.
I think that was one of the ravens from the woman, his toady. I think she can do that.
Because I don't know particularly what Edward's power is. I think it must be something with sound, because he can change his voice and stuff, unless that's just a general thing.
No, I think that's Edward's power, because like Edward
actually
could change
that's true.
His voice.
He like hurts Kate's, like he gives Kate a headache with like some sort of like sonic screech.
Yeah, he does like a sonic bat screech at her. But I think that's what his power is, and we've seen his toady lady.
Yeah, the other guy has vines or whatever.
Yeah, he has what is it? Vine Whip.
Yeah.
Henchman used Vine Whip. It was super effective. John is bound and can't move. But I didn't think I would get that far with that analogy.
It was fine. They just kind of run away from him, and he chases after them all mad, and then he gets in trouble for being in the children's wing because everyone shows up and they're like, "Ha, you're not supposed to be here. Now you're in trouble, and we've already told the adults."
I like that because it was Louise. Louise went and gathered everyone.
Yeah, so everyone helped. But of course, he doesn't actually get in trouble from the Lord Grandfather, and so because of course he's still active in the actual manga, so that would kind of screw everything up.
Yeah, they can't make any like
He just because they were like, "We're
moves.
gonna banish you from the house," and instead the grandfather's like, "We're just gonna give you the harshest of reprimands."
The way you were teaching these children was interesting, but I think you took it just a little too far. And everyone was like, "Hey, what the fuck?" No, but what the fuck though?
I can't mess with the continuity of the original series, so you
Lord,
get off this time.
Lord Grandfather, are you sure that's a good idea?
I bet
We
Lord
can't
Grandfather is
mess.
invisible
He seems like it.
because he seems to have like no features whatsoever. Like I don't even see like a shadow frame around him.
I can't either, and I think I can't tell if it's because he's got so much shit on his head, or if he just is invisible. Because he has a lot of shit on his head.
I still don't know what to make of him,
Me either.
but that's why I'm curious to read the manga.
Yeah. Because I'd say that move still kind of feels like it feels like a weird kind of esoteric move that he would still make. It's just
Yeah,
like,
my motives are beyond your understanding.
yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if I had the opportunity to and like knew I wouldn't get in trouble and I knew I wasn't getting any more like episodes and I was directing this, I probably just would have exiled Edward. Cause like imagine the
I mean, 10
response.
years ago, that's how the ending would have went, and then you actually read the manga and you're like, why did they kill off this character or something?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, those were never good.
That's a good point.
Like how everyone really likes the OG Full Metal Alchemist show, but then the ending is absolutely like completely different because eventually it gets to a point where it got caught up, so it had to just go its own route.
It is so weird.
And then Brotherhood came along and did it the actual way. Yeah, Shadow's House was fine. It was a good show. I'd recommend it. It was neat. The pacing of the show is a little strange, just because I feel like we only really had like one huge arc. Like we basically had the one arc at the beginning of her getting to like sort of know Kate. Then her kind of a smaller one with her getting to know Rum and Sean. And then the whole majority of the show is just the debut.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The debut, I think, is like half the show, like 5 episodes.
It is. It takes a long time. And like, I get why, because pretty clearly they needed to, because holy shit, a lot of stuff happens in the debut.
Which is probably why the last 2 episodes have just been filler, because there's no way they could like start another arc with that.
Yeah, it's
I don't know, because I prefer, if that's going to be the case, just start an arc, and if you're going to basically make it read the manga anyway, just end on a cliffhanger or something, and then just be like, read it, because then I'm like, okay, now I'll go read it.
That's true.
Rather than like a weird everything is wrapped up but not really, or like basically the past 2 episodes have not really mattered because none of that actually happens.
Yeah.
Because it probably, whatever happened, this episode probably makes Edward look more incompetent than he needed to.
Yeah, because he just rushes headlong into a place he knows he's banned.
Yeah, and he just angrily chases them around.
And actively, like, shouts in the middle of the room.
Yeah, he basically sabotages himself by just playing stupid. But of course, they probably needed it to be that way.
Yeah. they kind of wrote themselves into a corner a little bit with that one.
Yeah, but again, I think I will read it because I do like it, and I do want to see where the plot goes.
Me too.
So, I guess good on you for being. It did its purpose. It sold me on reading the manga.
Which doesn't happen a whole lot.
You know what did not sell me on its source material?
I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say Higehiro.
Yep. Oh, thank God we're finally done. I just checked out the last episode pretty much. I was like watching this on autopilot where I'm like, uh-huh, 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 okay, uh-huh, okay, credits. All right, what happens at the end of the credits? Okay, so basically nothing.
It was.
They tried to do one of those, we ended where we started sort of things, but it doesn't feel like good.
It does what I believe you
Also,
had
it's even
described.
fucking weirder because it seems like they add the Garu girl that Sayu worked with to Yoshida's harem.
Yeah.
Because now she goes to his house sometimes to like spend time with him. But then because they establish that, and then right after that, because at first I thought like, oh, is he with her now? Is he going home to her? And then Sayu shows up, and it's like, why did you even show me that previous scene? I guess that she's still in the plot, but it's like, I don't know.
Wait, you mean the girl who was standing on the hill?
Yeah, that's the Garu girl.
I thought that was his like childhood flame that he talked about, his best friend.
No, that's the fucking girl from the convenience store. She's just not blonde anymore.
Or tan.
No, that's her.
I think one of the things that messed me up the most is that I never remembered her name.
I think it's Asami or something.
Sure.
But yeah, they added her in right there at the end because at first I thought like, oh, is he with her now? Oh no, Sayu's back and he seems very happy to see her. And then they just repeat their lines from the beginning and then it is over. And it's like left to just be like, what do you think's gonna happen? Are they gonna? And I'm like,
we know it doesn't.
I'm like, thank you for making nothing pay off in this entire series. Like, absolutely nothing.
Literally nothing.
This feels like almost as bad as what The Price of Smiles, but The Price of Smiles I kept out with hope. This show I gave that up a long time ago.
That's true.
And also The Price of Smiles at least gave us an episode 2 where like something happened that we were like, oh, that's shocking. That looks like he was the main character. Where this show, nothing has ever happened like that.
When Joshua dies.
Yeah. But this, not everything has like, uh-oh, are we going to have conflict? Oh no, there's a simple resolution.
As always.
Even the stuff with the mom's just still just a bitch that's just like, whatever. You can, you just don't get into trouble and you can fuck off when you graduate. It's like, what a great resolution with Mother.
You did it, guys. You made it real awful. Like,
yeah.
Just, I can't even say you dropped the ball because I don't know if you ever had it. I don't know if you ever had it.
The ball was never in their court.
They're not even playing the same game that the ball needs. Like, they're running around with a soccer ball. We're playing like tennis or something.
No one got anything they wanted from this.
No.
He still even basically has the harem at the end.
He does.
Because it's not fully resolved.
100%.
It's a mess. It's like nothing, it was just boring. Nothing happened. It's just lame.
I will say
it was a big, boring show to watch.
I will give them one thing. I am impressed that a show could, in 12 episodes, still have basically nothing happen. That astonishes me.
I'm also impressed that you could take a premise that's like spicy, like, oh man, a high school girl living with a grown man, and make it the least interesting thing possible.
Right?
Where it's like, you're telling me nothing happens? Like nothing. It's 12 episodes of nothing.
You made it boring. They had so much they could have done.
They had about as much conflict in this show as the show about this guy living with the fox spirit.
Yeah, except that was what it was on the
That
face.
At least didn't try to be like, hey, this is going to be a romantic drama series.
Nah, it's just a dude who lives with a fox, lolly.
Like everything, it's just like, oh no, the dude who she originally slept with is an asshole and he's back. But turns out he's not that much of an asshole. You can just tell him to fuck off and he'll fuck off.
Turns out he's actually fine. Oh no,
And then
her
he helps
brother's
out later.
here.
Yeah, her brother's here. Uh-oh. Oh, turns out he's actually like the most supportive person in her entire family.
So much so he is literally a doormat.
Oh no. Or like other parts where it's like, oh no, the women at his work found out. Everyone's cool with it.
Everyone is not only cool with it, they're supportive of it.
Yep. Oh no, they finally went back to her mom. They have one conversation and then it is fine. It's not even really fine. It's just like some Flex Seal has been put over that leak.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep. That's it. That's
This
the show.
Did
that
emotional
is Higehiro.
damage.
I shaved and then brought home a high school girl, and we did absolutely nothing.
And then nothing happened. And then it was just fine.
Yep.
At least Iruma-kun was pretty funny.
Yep, good episode. Just a lot of different vignettes of Caligo visiting everyone's house. My favorite moment was when he went to Clara's house, and you see him like step in once and then pull his foot back and decide, nah, this ain't it.
Yes.
This isn't worth it.
It's rare that I kind of like openly laugh at jokes in shows. Normally I'll give a supporting chuckle. That made me laugh pretty hard.
That one was really good.
Even in season 2, this show is pulling off just the ace comedic timing.
Yeah, and then he gets pulled into a musical number because that's what Clara's family does. But we also see Clara has a competent older brother. Or no, a younger brother, but like he's the eldest of the sons.
Yes.
So like she has one brother who is just completely normal, and his response to the mom is, "Did you kidnap him?"
You know, a valid question, I think.
I can't wait to meet Clara's dad because I feel like he's going to be some super important figure.
Me too.
He's gonna be like the biggest badass, but he's gonna have like the most wacky family.
Exactly. He's gonna be like,
because he's a man that understands what's truly valuable. It's family.
It's family. We don't need magic when we got family.
Dom, be careful. That dragon's incredibly powerful and magical. Who needs magic when you got family? Nothing's stronger than family.
Those are very good memes.
Dom, you can't just fly a car out of a plane into a building. You can when you got family.
Dom, no, it's Nemesis. Nemesis is strong, but family is stronger. I'm just going back in the chat logs and just looking at him now. Dom over the fucking Gulf fire. You guys need help. Dom, that fire is too strong. The fire is strong, but not as strong as family. What a good meme.
Dom.
How different do you think the first Gears of War game would have been if instead of Dom Santiago, it had Dom Diesel?
Well, I don't know, because Dom's wife dies, so like if Dom's strength comes from family, that really fucks him over.
Dom's wife wouldn't have died because he would have used the power of family to save his wife.
That's
and then
true.
I wouldn't have felt incredibly sad at a fucking Gears of War game.
And you could have it all. No wait, it's Mad World. It's Mad World. It's not I don't know why I was thinking it was. I don't know. They're two songs you play during sad moments in like media.
Yeah, Mad World was it for a long time, and then it was Hurt.
Funny, even though the Tears for Fears version you would not play during a sad moment.
No, the Tears for Fears version is very different tonally.
I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad.
Tears for Fears is one of those bands where I'm like, most of the time when I hear a song that's from Tears for Fears, if there's a cover of it, I usually like that version better.
I used to be like that, but now I jam out super fucking hard to Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears is still a very good band.
Tears for Fears is fucking amazing.
I would definitely recommend Tears for Fears. Guys, instead of
shout, let it all out.
That's one of the few that I'm like, there is no better way to do this song. They got it in one. This one's the perfect one.
I'm talking to you. Come on.
It's good shit.
But yeah, so his visits to all the houses are pretty good. We also get some lore. We find out that Opera is actually Caligo's senpai from high school.
And Opera bullied him.
Yeah, because Opera is apparently really fucking strong.
I guess.
Which I guess makes sense if like one of the strongest demons who is like technically a candidate to be like Demon Lord, you would probably have a pretty strong butler.
That's true. And he still rolls over for his butler too sometimes.
But yeah, we find out Opera was actually really strong. Also, for some reason, wore a girl's uniform.
Yeah. I don't know why.
But also, Opera had black hair instead of red hair.
Which makes sense because Opera's tail is still black.
I thought it was red.
I don't know. In this episode, it's black.
Oh. I never paid that much attention to it, so maybe it is.
I never really did either until this one, because I was like, hold on.
But we also find out this episode, too, like, they basically highlight that Caligo is actually a very observant and good teacher.
Yeah, Caligo's the freaking best teacher, dude. He knows exactly how people can...
He keeps journals on all the students. So he has all their traits, like, and personalities down to a T.
And he can give everyone extremely detailed notes on how to improve themselves. And it's like, good job, man.
Like how his thing for Asmodeus is that he should focus on making himself stronger, because if he really wants to be useful to Iruma, it would be better if he was stronger for it.
Except he doesn't tell Asmodeus that.
He tells the butler.
So, like, yeah.
We also find out he has 2 younger siblings. And I like how their thing of getting to him is just saying Iruma isn't cool at all, that he is.
And, I mean, whatever works. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good little, it was a small episode. It was just little, things here and there.
A bunch of little self-contained stories. Except not. It's like an anthology series that has
it like
one
this
plot
is
line as a
Caligo episode, and I like Caligo,
device.
so I'm fine with that. He's a cool character.
I like how Gaming Kid, his sister wants to marry him.
Yeah, and he's like trying to get him out of there. He's like, go, 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 go.
Sister, leave him alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. I know he's single. He's not going to marry you.
I also like how at the very end, he gets his revengeance by giving them extra homework over the break.
Yeah, because they mentioned that he's a great teacher, but he's also spiteful.
Yes. And that's why we love him.
Yeah, I'd say he's one of my favorites in the show.
I think that's a fair statement. Because you know what? He's good shit.
I also like when he's at Jazz's house. Jazz's brother tries to pickpocket him. He's like, touch my wallet and you lose those fingers.
Yeah, I will break your fingers. I'm trying to think of... The lion-headed one seems the most normal. Because he's just like talking to his dad while the lion-headed dude just like studies or something.
Yeah, and we don't even see the parents of the succubus girl.
Nope.
She's just showing him all her like fucking shit in her room.
She treats it like one of her friends from school is coming over, which like I give you props,
I love that's at the end too when he's assigning them more homework. He's like, "Thank you for having you and your families all show me such hospitality, and as a thank you for going through that, I'm going to assign you all extra homework."
It's very good. I like
all
how
that happened specifically too, because just Opera wanted to just see Caligo.
I'd say that's fair. I like how when he goes to Clara's house, he tries to stay there for as short a period of time as possible, but he ends up being there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have survived that.
Yeah, especially like because they keep breaking into musical. Like, please teach us. Why are we singing? It's like, I don't know.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't know why, but people breaking into musical just like it makes me irrationally mad.
Yeah, but the nice thing about this is normally we see Clara's family by themselves. In this, we can relate to him.
That's true. We get to be the what is it? He gets to be the audience stand-in. So it's like this is what would happen if normal people went here. And it's just as bad. But yeah, we said it was going to be a shorter one, and it is a shorter one.
It is indeed a short one. We only had 3 shows to talk about. One of them wasn't even worth talking about.
Nope. Next week we've got our awards ceremony. We'll give out all that fancy shit. That'll be real cool.
Yeah, we get to give 86 a bunch of awards, and then the other shows.
We get to give 86 a shit ton of awards. Shadow's House is gonna get 1 or 2 awards, and I bet you can't guess which one it is. We're gonna keep it as a surprise. But yeah. Thanks for sticking around. We appreciate it. If you're listening on various pod platforms, feel free to do whatever you can. Leave a review on iTunes. Follow the podcast on Spotify. I said I would look up what the Spotify course of action was. You can follow us on there. And I'm pretty sure you can follow us on every platform. That's the plod platforms. I made myself stutter by trying to say that wrong. Follow us on all the pod platforms.
And social media, Twitter and Facebook at Protagonist.
Yeah,
there's so many things.
Like the YouTube video, leave a comment. Tell us what some of your favorite anime of the season was.
Yes, please do, because the YouTube algorithm is shit. So you got to engage with it to make things happen.
It's real bad. We openly shit on it all the time, and part of me wonders if that doesn't help. But anyway, Alex mentioned the socials media. We're easy to find on those. Our OP was made by a fellow named Popskyy. You can buy music from him. You can buy music that he's made, and you can also buy music that he makes specifically for you. Holy shit. But all that stuff's going to be in the video description below. Thank you. We hope to see you again next week for the Super Special Awards ceremony. That's all we got. Class dismissed.
Bye-bye.